So this is the recording for the Unit 1 science test. This will satisfy any accommodations that you may receive for oral accommodations. You are to listen to this video and follow along in your test booklet. Pause it when you're on a question so that you can work through it carefully. All right. First thing, make sure put your name on your test and your period number. Okay. All right. This is the most important thing. Number 1 is this reference sheet, okay? And just circle A. As of right now, I'm recording this video. There are no Scantrons right now, but if there are some that become available, then you will make sure for number 1, you put an A. All right, number 2. Which statement accurately describes the atom of a specific element? A. An indium IN atom contains 150 protons inside the nucleus and 49 neutrons outside the nucleus. B. A scandium SC atom contains 45 electrons outside the nucleus and 21 neutrons inside the nucleus. C. An aluminum Al atom contains 27 electrons and 27 protons inside the nucleus. D. A zinc, which is Zn atom, contains 30 protons inside the nucleus and 30 electrons outside the nucleus. Number 3. A student drew atomic models of 4 elements. Based on these drawings, which element is the least reactive? Like not reactive. A. Neon, because it has 2 energy levels with 8 electrons in the second level. B. Chlorine, because it has 3 energy levels with 7 electrons in the third level. C. Gallium, because it has 4 energy levels with 3 electrons in the fourth level. D. Tin, because it has 5 energy levels with 4 electrons in the fifth level. Remember, pause in between. Number 4. Element R and element Q have the same number of valence electrons. These elements both have similar chemical behavior. But element R, that's this one, has fewer energy levels than element Q. Which statement best describes the positions of the 2 elements in the periodic table? A. The 2 elements are in the same period, with element R, the first element in the period, and element Q, the last element. B. The 2 elements are side by side in the same period, with element Q to the left and element R. C. The 2 elements are in the same group, with element R just above element Q. D. The 2 elements are in the same group, with element Q at the top of the group and element R at the bottom. Number 5. The periodic table is organized into groups and periods of elements. The characteristics of a certain group of elements are listed below. Which of these elements is in this group? Characteristics of a group of elements: is shiny, is solid at room temperature, has atoms with 2 valence electrons. Is it A, lithium, B, strontium, C, aluminum, D, silicon? All right, 6. An atom has 25 protons, 30 neutrons, and 25 electrons. What is the charge of the atom's nucleus? Plus 30, minus 25, plus 25. 7. An atom of a certain element has 36 protons, 36 electrons, and a mass number of 84. At room temperature, this element is a very stable gas. How many neutrons are in this atom? 36, 120, 48, 84. All right, number 8. The table below lists 3 characteristics of an atom of an element. An atom of which element is described by the data in the table? Characteristics of an element: number of protons, 37, number of neutrons, 48, number of valence electrons is 1. Is it A, radon, B, cadmium, C, rubidium, D, astatine, whatever that is? All right, number 9. And by the way, I'm looking at the bold 8s, not these, okay? When trying to identify an unknown element, a scientist determines what other elements the unknown element reacts with chemically? Which property of the unknown element determines the other elements it reacts with? A, the total number of neutrons in the unknown element. B, the total number of particles in the nucleus of the unknown element. C, the number of protons in the nucleus of the unknown element. D, the number of valence electrons in the unknown element. All right, number 10. In the early 1900s, many scientists thought that an atom consisted of a positive substance with negative charges scattered throughout the substance. Then Ernest Rutherford completed an experiment that changed the concept of an atom. His discovery led to the understanding that an atom consists mostly of empty space with A, protons orbiting a dense nucleus made of electrons and neutrons. B, electrons orbiting a dense nucleus made of protons and neutrons. C, neutrons and protons orbiting a cloud of electrons. Or D, electrons and protons orbiting a cloud of neutrons. Number 11. Which of the following is the mass number, the atomic mass, of the atom represented in the atom below? Is it 16, 17, 33, or 32? 12. According to the periodic table, which of the following is the most accurate model of an atom of boron? Is it F, G, H, or J? So look at these and decide which one is boron. 13. Which of these statements above correctly represents the mass of subatomic particles? All right, masses of subatomic particles. Here's the statements. 1. An electron has the same mass as a proton. 2. An electron has much more mass than a neutron. 3. An electron has about the same mass as a neutron. 4. An electron has much less mass than a proton. 5. An electron has much less mass than a neutron. 6. A proton has much more mass than an electron. 7. A proton has less mass than an electron. 8. A proton has about the same mass as a neutron. 9. A neutron has as much more mass than a proton. Okay, so you're picking more than one. So is your answer A? If it is, it's B, 1, 6, and 9, right? B is 2, 6, and 8. C is 3, 4, 7, 9. D is 4, 5, 6, 8. All right, number 14. Which subatomic particles surround the nucleus of an atom? A, neutrons. B, electrons. C, protons and electrons. D, neutrons and electrons. 15. The most reactive metal is one with A, 4 valence electrons. B, 3 valence electrons. C, 2 valence electrons. D, 1 valence electron. All right, number 16. Which of the models below represents a reactive metal? You're looking for a reactive metal. Is it A, B, C, or D? 17. Using the periodic table, which of the following groups of elements has the smallest atomic number in period 4? Is it A, group 4, B, group 17, C, group 1, D, group 18? 18. Which of the following groups in the periodic table is made from non-reactive elements? Is it A, group 4, B, group 17, C, group 1, D, group 18? Number 19. Which of the following statements best describes the patterns and trends of the periodic table? A, the atomic number and atomic mass decrease from left to right across a period. Energy levels decrease from top to bottom down a group. B, the atomic number and atomic mass increase from left to right across a period. Energy levels decrease from top to bottom down a group. C, the atomic number and atomic mass increase from left to right across a period. Energy levels increase from top to bottom down a group. And D, the atomic number and atomic mass decrease from left to right across a period. Energy levels increase from top to bottom down a group. 20. What property determines the identity of an element of the element mercury? Mercury is located in group 12. B, an atom of mercury has 80 protons. C, an atom of mercury has 120 neutrons. D, mercury is liquid at room temperature and normal pressure. 21. What is the element name and reactivity of an atom with 17 protons and 7 valence electrons? A, the element is chlorine and it has low reactivity. B, the element is chromium and it has high reactivity. C, the element is chlorine and it has high reactivity. D, the element is chromium and it has low reactivity. All right, and this, gentlemen and ladies, is your test. Remember to double check everything, go back and pause and listen to stuff that you missed, and just give me your very best.